Just walking behind Zentropa's area. I'm not sure if, oh god. For a second I thought there was a fucking dog there. That was probably, that's not cool, man. I don't want to get bit by a fucking dog. Fuck that shit. Something tells me like Von Trier's already older and he's got Parkinson's. And like even me, like I'm 38 years younger than Von Trier, but even then I sometimes I'm too lazy to walk places like this. But I don't know, man. Something tells me that Von Trier probably hasn't been in this area behind Zentropa in a long time. Something tells me, for the most part, he just works out of his house. I don't know what Parkinson's is like. Besides that, I know that's like some kind of brain disorder and like you start shaking. You know, I read into it, but I forgot. But you can live a long life with Parkinson's. He's 68, so I got maybe. Well, he drinks a lot, so I don't know when he's gonna die. Or at least he used to drink a lot. Yeah, it's one of my goals to meet Von Trier. And this vlog might seem kind of creepy. But no, I'm not stalking Von Trier. I could easily find out where he lives via the internet and go sit outside his house and be like a creepy motherfucker until he comes out and I get to see him. Although sometimes it has worked in the past. Like there was this story of like there was this attractive girl who was outside of some celebrity's house, some like younger celebrity, and she I think it might have been, I forgot who it was, maybe a Deb, no, some celebrity, like A-list celebrity in California. Maybe, Elon Musk. Oh no, it wasn't a guy. It wasn't a girl. It was a guy who decided to be so persistent trying to meet Elon Musk, and then Elon Musk was like, okay, fuck it, let's go meet him. And instead of taking it in a creepy way, he apparently took it a good way, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but I would have never hurt Von Trier, and I wouldn't do that, even though I have about $10,000 in savings right now, which will go probably down to zero since I'm going to the Netherlands and Switzerland. But that's enough money for me to be able to rent a hotel or rent an Airbnb for quite some time, and next to Von Trier, and just stay here for like a few months, or just even like stay in a hostel and just fucking chill outside of Von Trier's house. But I'm not gonna do that, even though I have the ability to do so, the resources to do so. There's no way I'm going to do that. So, my favorite film of, I often say that Dancer in the Dark is my favorite Von Trier film. But I've only seen it once, and I love the ending. I just fucking love the ending. But cinematography-wise, my favorite Von Trier film, and entertainment-wise, when you put those two combined, is Antichrist. I also enjoyed Melancholia a lot, but what I liked the most about it was the cinematography and the ending. No happy ending for anyone. No one. Not for the protagonist, not for taxi drivers, not for anyone. It's an unhappy ending for all life forms on planet Earth. I'm not going to ruin the ending. Now, another one that I really enjoyed was The House That Jack Built. I loved that one. The Boss of It All, well, I did like the cinematography of it, but my favorite part of that film was the end, which is fucking awesome. Epidemic was a chore to watch, but I still saw it. Europa was much better cinematography-wise, music-wise, than most of his other films. And even to this day, I still play occasionally some scenes or music from that movie. And I saw that film almost twice. And I didn't finish it the second time because I forgot why. But I was enjoying it. It's just really well made. But I prefer the newer films like the ones he's made in the past 10, 12 years. They're hit and misses with Von Trier, but even the misses have just a really cool cinematography. The Idiots I didn't enjoy so much, even though I was like, wow, that's fucking hardcore. There's a hard phallus in that in a scene, and it's just normal to be nude around here in Denmark. It's like not even prohibited. Well, even in the U.S., it's not prohibited to be nude as long as you're not touching yourself or sexually aroused or something like that. I think I smell an animal here. I think I smell a freaking a mammal. This is pretty cool. So let's see another film. say, what's that other film that I saw? Oh, Breaking the Waves. Breaking the Waves is a good film cinematography wise. It's not the most entertaining film for me personally. I didn't find it entertaining. I think the reason that film did so well is because of the two actors, Stellan Skarsgård and the other woman, and maybe it wasn't as dark as his other films, but yeah, that film, like, I didn't really enjoy it too much. And the only reason I saw it was because of him, but I did enjoy that one scene where these two people are drinking, a younger man and an older man, and they're trying to like see who's tougher. And one dude breaks the glass with his fucking hands, and he starts bleeding, trying to show him who's the man. That was very interesting. But sadly, Von Trier hasn't really made a lot of films compared to other more prolific film directors like Woody Allen. But Von Trier has made a shit ton of films compared to Kubrick. There's also this student film of Von Trier. It was this thesis film for film school, and it was like a 56, 57-minute film that was distributed. It was the first student film that was distributed in Danish cinemas. And that film I have not seen. I just don't know where to find it. Medea, which I think is people have said it's boring, but still cinematography-wise, it looks gorgeous. And I'm going to have to buy that one, even though I'm going to have to shell out like $30 when I go back. I've seen every single episode of Kingdom, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. Yes, what other film am I missing of his? I said Epidemic, Europa, Nymphomaniac 1 and 2, The Kingdom, Seasons 1 through 3, The House That Jack Built, Melancholia, Antichrist. Man. Well, there's this other film that he wrote that I've never seen that I'm intending on buying called The Wendy. And I'm gonna have to also watch Festen, which is the first Dogma film, even though I don't think like the first, it's considered the first Dogma film simply because you know it's supposed to adhere to all the rules or most of the rules. And then later on, after the film was released, the director confessed that no, he used a prop, he bought something, and he used like a light, which you shouldn't use. But I think how it should be, the certificate should be given is like, if you adhere to 80 to 90% of the rules, it's a Dogma film. Because, I mean, all the rules that Von Trier has for that fucking, the Dogma rules, I mean, most films, I think, perhaps secretly are not Dogma films because they don't adhere 100%. But that's not how I view it. Any Dogma film is like, it's handheld, shot on location, you know, and like no CGI. Like, what's that film? Oh, yeah, Dancer in the Dark. That to me is like a Dogma film, or is heavily Dogma influenced. And it's my dream to one day make a Dogma film. Although most of the shit that well, no, I've never made a like my documentaries are not really Dogma. Like they're a lot of it was not handheld. Well, the last one was mostly handheld, but that one got taken down. Like I usually put my camera on a tripod, and if I am handheld, I put music in the background, but I turn it on in my car. And to me, I don't know how it would, like, I would actually have to be really good at like feature film production, because like a live feature, like an actual movie, not just a documentary. I would have to know how to fucking write a story, because I'm not much of a storyteller. I suck at storytelling. I'm like a slightly more entertaining version of the director of Koyaanisqatsi, because at least with my shit, there's narration. Koyaanisqatsi is just image after image after image after image after image with music. And mine is something similar, but I also would interview people and narrate like crazy. So I'm more of a filmmaker in a way than Godfrey Reggio. I think that's how you pronounce that's his name, Reggio Godfrey. But I would also have to get, like, I'm not too smart when it comes to putting camera rigs. I'm the type of guy who just gets a camera, puts on a lens, puts on a battery, and puts on an SD card, and I just start recording. I put play. But even then, like, a lot of my shit doesn't look too good because I'm not the best at color grading. I'm not the best when it comes to doing things like, directing people. Although, as a content creator, I do have some like really big, huge fans, to the point where like one of them would visit me at my work, and that felt good. Whenever people tell me your work is fucking awesome, like this one guy told me like your work is awesome like 4 or 5, 6 times, and that was really cool. And that told me that, man, there's a lot of other people that really used to enjoy that type, my old content. Where was I going? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna have to get like a new type of camera, Sony cameras, because Sony cameras, they got more like in-body stabilization. They're not the best at being stabilized cameras, such as the Sony FX30 and the Sony FX3 and the Sony Burano. I'll probably have to buy the Sony FX3, and just at least it's got better autofocus, or at least it's got autofocus. It's got in-body stabilization, and it comes with a grip, and that just makes it much more better if you're like a run and gun content creator like myself. Like right now, this is a run and gun content. This is a video, and I can't do that shit on the Blackmagic cameras. It's just not like, sure, I'll continue using the Blackmagic camera to maybe shoot more interviews and maybe do some like what do you call it, very controlled content. But it's not a run and gun like with that one. It's like put it on a tripod, or shoot it handheld but stay still, and then stabilize it in post. But yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking get like an FX30, FX3, and buy the handle, the microphone, and just like shoot like that, some dogma shit. But I don't know if I'll ever make another a non-documentary film. There was that one film that I made that was like fucking an hour and 8 minutes. It was just called Loner, and it just followed some dude who was spending most of his time alone throughout the state of California, and he would hang out with people, but it had no real plot, because I was inspired by the non-narrative film, well, somewhat non-narrative, Richard Linklater's Plow, and where it's just, you follow this one dude and he's traveling across I think the country, or across his state, and there's no actual dialogue in the film. There was dialogue, but he cut it out. So in the final film, he had no dialogue in mind. All he did was follow some dude who spent most of his time alone, and whenever he was around people, it looked like he was trapped in his head. That film is somewhat like based on my own, it's like borderline semi-autobiographical, but I would go out and know where I was going to shoot in the shoot. Like I would shoot scenes with me and in my room, me and going out into a park and just smoking. That was a pretty interesting thing. And also that other documentary that I shot that was inspired by Kayonaskatsi, and where like every day after work, for 3 weeks, I would shoot like 2, 3, 5 minutes worth after work, and after like 3 weeks, I decided to edit it together and put some title cards and narrate it, and I'm like, wow, finally 68 minutes, I did something. That was an experimental project that, it's actually probably more entertaining than Kayonaskatsi, and some people have told me they've seen it more than once. And somebody told me, God damn, my boy Josh from Bakersfield hates Bakersfield so much he made a documentary. Well, that was a precursor to the, like my docs have been getting better and better. Like entertainment-wise. From having no interviews to the last time having a bunch of interviews. What is this, a fucking 3 original king-size cones? What the fuck? Just fill it. What the fuck is in here? There's a cigarette in there. This might belong to Von Trier. No, I don't know. It was right there. I'm putting it back where it belongs. That's what the Japanese would do. They wouldn't pick it up. And he closed the fucking gate. And he left. At least I got to go inside and sit down. That's pretty fucking cool that I actually got to go in there. And the vehicle's gone, so he's probably like the maintenance dude. At least I got to go inside, which is awesome. I wonder, like, something tells me that perhaps here, they don't really shoot the films here. Maybe if anything in here, but maybe this is where they have, maybe, I don't know, they coordinate on where they're going to shoot and stuff like that. Paperwork, administration, conferences. But I could be wrong. They also might have a school here, because I heard they have a school here. I see some woman up there. She's like fucking borderline naked. She's got a bra on. Hey, but she's the one that's out in public. Well, not out in public. She's the one that's fucking open a thingamajigger. But people here are okay with nudity.